Greetings, everybody. It's Mindy Odlin here on this What If Wednesday. Thank you so much for being part of our What If Up Facebook community. So glad that you could be here to join us live as we do what we do every Wednesday, which is come together with you to brainstorm. Like, what are you working on? What are your challenges? How can we what if up with you to help you think bigger, turn good ideas into great ideas, and turn challenges into opportunities, that kind of thing. So I am joined today, as always, by our fabulous community cheerleader, Natalie, our joyful genie. Hello, Natalie.
Hello.
It's great to see you. Are you staying warm?
Sure. Yes.
That's California. Not too bad, right?
My fingers are cold, but the rest of me is warm. So.
Okay. All right. We'll just warm up those fingers for you. There we go. So this week, our theme for this week is really around this idea of what if we are the light at the end of the tunnel. And, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, sometimes it's like, okay, the light that I'm looking for at the end of the tunnel that I think is going to be when COVID's over or when this thing is over or when this external thing is over. Sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel is actually me sort of waking up and saying, wait a minute, what if I don't have to wait for circumstances to change? But I also thought sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel is, how we show up for each other. Sometimes, what if without even knowing it, you are the light at the end of someone else's tunnel. So have you been there on both sides of that, Natalie? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, definitely. I think we're all like just walking around with flashlights and just, shining them every once in a while. There you go.
Well, I grabbed my flashlight this morning and I'm like, oh, what? I can use this. This could be a great prop. And then I turned it on. And it's like, oh, the battery's dead. And so, I think a lot of us, I had my dear friends, shout out to everybody down in Texas. I'm from Texas. I've lived in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, all over Lubbock. I have all my family there, tons of friends there, and it's been a rough week. I've been seeing texts all week long from family saying, okay, our power's out. Is your power out? How long has it been? What's the temperature in your house? And everyone's checking in on everybody. And it really has me see, like, in the midst of a pandemic. So I've got a family member who is diagnosed with COVID, sick as a dog for just a couple days, feeling much better. And as soon as he gets better, it's like, boom, the storm hits and he can't go anywhere because he's in quarantine. So to have a pandemic and then to have a storm like this and to have power out and water gone. Last I heard from him, he was on 34 hours with no water, no power, and that kind of cold, and having to quarantine due to COVID. So it's like, oh, wow. Sometimes it feels like I'm trying to turn on my light. It's just this little flashlight is like, it's dry. So then I found another light. And so did my family member. Found somebody who also had tested COVID positive and had a heated apartment. So in the midst of all of the challenge, it's also it's great to see people opening up their homes and saying, okay, how can we help you? What can we do? How can we connect you with resources? So got any warm thoughts to share, Natalie, as we head into today's What If Wednesday brainstorm?
I think we're all on the teeter-totter of life. Sometimes you're up high and sometimes we're low. We're on it together.
Yeah. And sometimes it's easy to be that light. And sometimes we need someone to kind of help us take that next step and, like, where is that switch? I know I got a power switch somewhere. I just need a little bit of help finding it. So wherever you may be, know that this is a place to come. We are your community to find ideas and upliftment and encouragement, no matter how dark the night may be or how cold the night may be. We're glad to have you here. We have a ton of new members. So I want to celebrate and welcome all of our newcomers. Natalie, who's new to the crew?
We get a drum roll? I would love it.
You have pom-poms and drum rolls and all kinds of things. Yes.
Welcome to the fabulous Joyce, Martha, Patrick, Janice, Heather, Isabella, Connie, Christina, and Kat, and Melinda, Victoria, Janet, Susie, Melody, Michelle, Lance, and Robin. Woo!
Woo! Hi, everybody. So glad you are here. I hope you can join us on What If Wednesdays. Mark this on your calendar, Wednesdays at noon Eastern time, and anytime. This is a community where you can share, hey, I'm having a challenge. I don't have any ideas for how to take the next step. Or maybe you have a few ideas to get the ball rolling, but you want to throw it out there to our mastermind group. That's the whole point of this group, is that we can do so much more together than any of us can do on our own. And I may have a couple ideas, but if I can throw something out to the group and get another way of looking at things, an expanded viewpoint, sometimes that can help. So Natalie, explain what we do on What If Wednesday. Tell them how the whole what if thing works. I'm going to just sit back and let you do your thing.
All right. Well, you or I or somebody will suggest a topic, something that you would like to do or be or have or create, anything you want to shift in your life. And we will just toss out ideas for you. And they're all just gifts. So it's like Christmas every Wednesday morning.
Oh, yes. And I just see everybody's comments coming in, and I see some of our fabulous Texans in the house. And Alex says, I have missed you guys like crazy. My heart is with you out there in the Metroplex. Everyone, all our friends in Dallas, Fort Worth, I hope you're staying warm. I hope you have power. Rita's found our group. Been super scary for 10 days out there in Texas. I'm watching the news, and every day it just seems like it's just getting a little more bleak. So know that we are sending you warm thoughts and love and prayers. And, if you have others in Texas and you need resources, let us know so we can help and we can put the word out, and we can see if you need specific resource, if you need to flush your toilet, if you need a can of tuna, put it out there, and we'll see what we can do with this network. And this, in times like this is just when I feel this desire, like, let's take this what if up thing everywhere so that we have networks of support everywhere all around the world. The light is within. We are the light. We are the light, and we can source it in ourselves. We can also be that for each other. I love it. Yes, Alex says it feels heavy and catastrophic. It is. Never been so scared of my own home. We are with you. Today feels better. So here's to that light at the end of the tunnel. And I know that there's more cold weather on the way. So know that we are here. We are thinking of you. We love you. We care about you. And share what you need. Alex is safe now. Very grateful. We are here and sending you all kinds of warm thoughts, whatever we can do. And that's part of the challenge too, is, okay, what can we do? What can we do? And sometimes when we create with, when you create with all the resources you need, it's kind of easy. But when you create and it's like, okay, what can we do when you don't have water and you don't have power and you can't get out on the road and you're in quarantine? And, when you have all these restrictions, sometimes that's when, it really challenges us to be creative, and having this mindset of possibility and having this network of people who can see it in a new way. We are stretching each other. We are challenging each other. And we've been doing it for a long time. So this is a good place to come when you feel like you've hit the end of the line. So let's do this, Natalie. So let's brainstorm this idea of, how about if we brainstorm this idea of being that light? Ooh, isn't that fun? Being the light for each other. What are some possibilities for being there for those when they're having a hard time finding their own power switch?
Yeah, what if it's as easy as sending somebody a smile or a text or a loving thought?
Yeah, what if it's just a matter of reaching out? What if it's something that may not even seem like it's a big thing to us, but to the person that we're talking to, what if it's a big deal for them? What if the small things that we don't even think about make a huge difference for other people?
What if it's like, what if we see the person with the cord in their hand and we see the outlet and we're just pointing in the right direction for them?
Yes. What if it's just a matter of taking our own light and saying, this way, this is how you do it? And what if that is all that people need just to get that next sliver of hope? What if it's just the tiny bit, the tiny little sliver of hope that can turn a really long hard week into something that feels like you can make it through? Just that little bit of hope.
What if we make other people feel like we are the dessert tray passing by at a restaurant?
Yes. I love that. Little samples of chocolate left over from Valentine's Day. I love that. So what if it's just thinking of someone? What if it's just getting out of our own daily to-do list and thinking about, who is it in my life that I could uplift and inspire? Who is it that I'm feeling called in this moment to reach out to and to let them know that I'm thinking about them, that I care about them? How can I connect? What if I could connect with people and resources so that I can use the resources I have to share, and that I know where to go when I'm the one who needs the resources? So what if we are connected like that with people who are generous and caring? Alex is feeling the love. Yes, and we're sending it to all of you, not just Texas. I know it's hitting a lot of you all over. What if me being the light for others that are actually in the dark is exactly what I need? What if in those times when you're feeling like you're at the end of your rope, what if the way to get through that is to tie your rope to somebody else's end? What if all of us at the end of our rope tie those ropes together and we just start collaborating together? Rita's here. Hi, Rita. What if we give each other more permission to ask for what we want and need? What if that's really what this conversation is about? Is what if it's about being vulnerable and being authentic and being real and knowing that all of us have times when we need to receive, when we can receive help, all of us, and all of us have something to give.
What if we get out of our heads and into our hearts by being the light?
Yes. Rita says, I'm here for you, Alex. Loving your comments. Thank you for your sharing. What if this is really about stepping into our own light and knowing that no matter what's going on, even if we can't find it for ourselves, we can source it for someone else. And what if it brings us closer together? That feels good, doesn't it? So yeah, so this is a conversation that isn't over. These conversations continue in our Facebook community at any time. If you have an idea, a possibility, a challenge, a way that you would like to receive some ideas, some support, some resources, if you need help, if you need just a way of seeing things differently so you can find a way through. If you want some ideas for how do you stay warm when the power's out for 10 days, put it into our group. And I know we've got Rita up in Maine. Rita, I bet you have some ideas for how to stay warm. I was just sharing layers are the key up here in New York. It's always layers, layers, layers. And keep your neck warm. That's what I told my mom and dad. I'm like, keep your neck warm, keep your ears warm, keep the heat in your head, wear a hat. So what if we can share our tips with each other and share what you need and see what ideas come out of this group? I like this. What if, Rita says, what if I could overnight a pair of warm socks to everyone without heat in Texas? What if everyone in Texas, I know a lot of people in Texas who love to come to Colorado and they love to go skiing. I saw my sister and her family in front of the fireplace in their ski gear. So what if you have those warm wool socks that you can share from your winter vacations? What if neighbors who don't have that kind of gear can reach out to other neighbors who do? And what if we literally bring the warmth of our hearts into each other's living rooms?
What if you come up with that $1 million invention because of these circumstances?
Yes. Rita says, okay, here's some advice from those of you facing some cold and you're not used to it. Wear layers, move, right? Move as much as you can. Wear a hat or two. I like wearing the one around my ears, and then I'll wear another ski hat on top. Rita says, stay hydrated. Hydrate. And April says, dance from room to room. Dance from room to room. If you've got electricity, turn on some music. It doesn't take a lot of power to power your iPhone. Turn on some tunes and dance. Great way to stay warm. Good advice. And Alex says, just what I needed. Happy tears. Happy tears. We love you. And we are here to share whatever resources we can. And a lot of times, the best thing we can give each other is ideas, wisdom, possibilities from our own experience. Is your heart feeling warm, Natalie?
Oh, yeah, my fingers too. I think it's spread throughout my body.
I like this one too. Rita says, hug the others who are there. Yes, if you've got another body or dog. I had like a dog blanket on me the other day, like one on my feet, one on my belly. I don't know if they were trying to stay warm from me or if I was trying to stay warm from them, but it didn't matter. What if we hug each other? And what if you could just feel the warmth of our love? For those of us, if we can't give you a physical hug, let us give you a virtual hug and feel our hearts reaching out to you and sending our lights, being that beacon for you. Remember, we're here when you need help, when you're feeling like you're at the end. Come here and let us love on you and support you and share ideas for making it through a tough patch. Hug each other, love each other. Body heat's always fun. I love that. So Natalie, I think as we kind of close out this What If Wednesday, one of the things that has come up for me as I'm reflecting on being that light is all the people who have been a light for me, because we had a tough winter. with a COVID diagnosis and a move across the country and selling our house and things falling through and then things not and things shuffling, I have had so many people that I have reached out to and said, I need some help, friends. Can anyone help me with this, that, or the other? And there have been so many people who have been that light for me when I was feeling like, okay, I'm at the end of my resources, but I'm not at the end of my network. And so this is a shout out. This is a chance to say thank you to the people who have been that light when your power goes off and you need a little support. Natalie, you're on my list, top of my list. All of you, I see Rita, I see April, I see Alex, I see so many of you from this What If Up community. Thank you for being on my list. You are an incredible light in my life, and I am grateful for each and every one of you. You got some shout outs, Natalie?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you are definitely on my list. I see Janet too. Diana just makes me laugh at the strangest of times. So I love it. So I think it's good to have people around us who will remind us to have fun. And I appreciate this community, and especially the people who are in the challenge and are just pouring their love onto the pages. I think it's amazing to see.
It's really awesome. And by the way, if you're not in our Team Up Challenge, the March Challenge is now open for enrollment. It starts March 8th, and you can go to whatifup.com/challenge and see what we're talking about. We have an amazing community there, and it is great to see so many from our challenge here with us on Wednesdays as well. Thank you for lighting up my path. We got a fire inside that is just like blowing sparks and heat and love and igniting possibility and hope for you. I hope, Alex, as you brace for another storm. Thank you all for being here. This is the time, if you have someone you want to shout out and just say thank you because they've been there for you during a tough time, or maybe they're just one of those uplifters who, you can just share, hey, I saw a sunset, and then they share a What If Up and it makes the sunset even more beautiful. Those people who, no matter how bright your light is, whether it's dim or it's shining, that there's something about their presence that just takes it to the next level. This is a great day for saying thank you and acknowledging and, just kind of letting people know that they are that light. Sometimes we don't know. Oh, Natalie and Mindy, thank you. We love you. By the way, I can't always see who you are when you post unless you give us permission. There's a little link that says give us permission in StreamYard because our group membership is private. So anytime you want us to know your identity, your secret identity, just click on that link and then it will remember you from here on out. But I want to thank all of you for being part of our What If Up community. You got some love to share for our group. Our group is growing by leaps and bounds.
I just like having a secret admirer. I think that's kind of fun. So
nice to have secret admirers, isn't it? By the way, we go into the group as soon as we're done to see who you were. So you won't be secret for long, but we love you. We are so grateful to have you in our community. Rita says the whole experience and the folks I have in my family now, yes, it's a gift. Rachel, Joy, Mitch, James, Connie, Shad, we love you guys. You are a light in our lives. It was just like the Debbie Boone song, You Light Up My Life. I used to sing that from the top of my lungs growing up in Texas. Love that song. My family, my friends, my What If Up community. April, we love you. We love your sweet dog. Oh my gosh. What's your dog's name?
Lucy.
Lucy. We love Lucy. I'm like, oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. We love you. We love Lucy. We're just so grateful to have you as part of our What If Up family, our What If Up community. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your love, your light, your warmth, your heart. Reach out. Let us know what you need. Let us know how we can support you, even if it's just a word of encouragement or a thought of hope and inspiration to see you through a long night or cold night. We are sharing our love and our warmth with you. And we're also really good at brainstorming resources. Let's get creative on how we can stay warm. Do not put yourself in the car in the garage. Okay? Don't do that. There are other ways to stay warm. So let's brainstorm it here. Let us know what you need. We're here to support you. We love you. And thank you for being part of this What If Wednesday. Alex here from Texas. Thank you so much for the light to move forward in this. We're just holding you in the space. We're sending you warmth, sending you love. Dance. You can turn on our theme song and do that happy dance. Get yourself moving and know that we are dancing right along with you, knowing that you will see it through. And we've got your back in every way that we possibly can. I love you too, April. Lucy loves us all. Tail wags. the canine department here in the What If Up Club. Thank you for being here. Have a great week. Thank you, Natalie. Great to see you. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Theme song, yes.